Guys, here's what we picked up yesterday. Now the fire department was going to throw this stuff out. Light, you're going to throw it out. This is what I was really concerned about, because these are expensive. I don't know if you can see this whole thing or not, but this is almost like an exposure suit. They're jumpsuits, but they're quilted. These things will keep you warm in like Arctic weather. I must have 5 or 6 of these. They were going to throw them out. Now the thing is, they do have fire police on the back. So my thought was, I'm going to wash them all. They can be washed, but I got to wash them in the large machine downstairs and go through them, because I did see a few of them that were really badly stained that will not come clean. I know for a fact that's not going to come clean. And there were a few that were ripped. So those I'll just rip off the back patch on them and think about, you know, does somebody want them just to have it for work or something? You know, if there were, like, for instance, if any of us do any work, you know, outside around the house in the wintertime, you know, is this something that we can use, you know, personally? I mean, as long as we're a member of the department, we can wear it with it on there. But if it ever comes to a point that we're no longer a member, we are no longer allowed to wear anything that says it on there, because we can't be misrepresenting ourselves as a member of the department. Now here's a nice set of, again, somewhat winter rain bib. Alright, again. Now some of these aren't super expensive, but it would come out of our budget if we had to order these for somebody. Now this particular set, there is a stain on it that looks like it may be, it's hard to tell. There's a few little stains on these. I'll wash these separate to see what happens. Yeah, they can be washed. You just have to pay attention as to how you wash them. But I do see some red and reddish color stains on them. So that could be something that nobody would want to wear anyway. So that may get thrown out completely. This is a spring or fall winter rain type gear. So it's got a plastic cover on it, so it's plastic covering, and it's got a little bit of an insulator in it. Now, when it comes to some of this gear, anything that actually comes in physical contact with the body, gloves, hats, stuff like that, shirts, that stuff there, it should get turned in if you were to leave the department. However, it doesn't have to, but you have to bring it in, because we have to make sure that there's nothing there that's going to identify you as being part of the department when you are no longer part of the department. So if we can't remove any type of identification, then you're not going to be able to keep it. That's basically how that works. So, alright, so meanwhile, here's another set of bibs. This is strictly jump into rain type gear. This is something that probably nobody would wear anymore, because one is the color. But in a rainstorm, anything can come in handy, so this would be a good backup piece to have just in case. So that's something that's worth hanging on to. And here's another pair. What is this? Is this coat, or is this rain gear? No, this is another pair of the same. And another pair of the same. another pair. And another pair. And another pair. I mean, some of these are brand new. And they have no markings on them. So for instance, and here's another reindeer. This is strictly rain. This isn't winter, summer. This is just a summer rain type deer. So, these are things here that they were going to throw away. These are also things that we wouldn't wear when we're out there, when we're so-called on duty. But it doesn't mean that we wouldn't wear them if we were out in a snowstorm, you know, on our own time. So as long as they haven't got any identification on them, if the guys want these for their personal use, they can have them, right? So that's kind of how that works. Anything that has a marking on it, again, it's not going to be able to use for personal use unless we get the markings off it. And it's not something that we're still using today. Hey, Chuck. Okay, here's another one of those jumpsuits. Like I say, a couple of these, like this one, I think, yeah, this one has a rip in it and a stain. So this is probably one that'll get just torn up or thrown away. If it didn't have the rip in it and it just had the stain, because you don't really go into these things naked, that would be good just for, you know, if you're working around the yard in the wintertime where you're out shoveling snow or something, you know, and you want to keep it for a personal piece. The only thing is we have to get this off the back, the patch. Now, what they did do here, which was smart, these are plastic letters that they stitched onto a piece of orange material, and then they stitched the orange material to the unit. So basically, if we started ripping that stitch, we can probably find the end and pull that stitch out and remove the patch, and then you have something that you can use for personal use. Now this is another one that has a big stain. I don't see any rips on it. And the stain looks like an oil stain. It looks like they may have used these for when they're working on the car, or not the car, but a fire truck or something like that. And then there's another one here, and another one. So there's two more in here. Yeah, this one has a rip and a stain. It's a reflective appeal, extra large. They were made in Pennsylvania. Phone number, fax number. Okay, so they were made specifically for fire. So these may be some type of fire retardant as well. I'm going to look these up just for the hell of it. I want to find out more about them. So there's plastic rain gear, coveralls, bibs, a couple of coats, lacrosse, it's not a bad name, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 of them are really shot, and 3 of them are okay. Okay. I'm gonna look that up. So that's what we have. Now I do have, like I say, a larger machine that I can throw these in just to give them a light washing. You can wash them, but you have to watch how you wash them. Usually there's washing directions on them someplace. Machine washable. Yes, this is right on it. It's machine washable, delicate, cold water only, and rinse. Do not bleach. I can't see this here. It's worn down. And it's really worn down. Do not bleach. Tumble dry on low or line dry. Okay, so you can wash it on gentle, cold water only, no bleach. You can tumble dry on low or line dry. Alright. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. So that's going to be something I'll do over the next couple of days. My machine downstairs is big, but it's not that big. I can probably fit 2 of these sweatsuits in it, or whatever, jumpsuits, whatever you want to call them. This plastic stuff, I can do a real light load upstairs, basically with just a little bit of sud, not a lot, and let them just kind of air dry. I won't put those in the dryer, and we'll see what happens. But this is shit that was going to get thrown away, and like I say, if we can use it for personal, you know, if we can get the names off it, we can use it for personal use. You know, if they're going to throw it away, what the hell's the difference? You're going to throw it in the trash. The people with the dump are going to take it. So who cares? You know what I mean? So if the guys want any of this stuff, it's here. All right. What I got to do is clean it, do a count, do a size on the count as well, and box it back up. And now the second lieutenant has most of the uniform supplies at his place, so it'll be easier, just if he has room, to let him take this stuff in as well. So it'll all be in one location. And I got to get a list of that stuff that he has as well. Seeing that I'm somewhat responsible for it, I should know what the hell we have. Supplies were always one of the weak points as far as keeping track. And you know, sometimes people just don't think. You know, they're not spending their money, so therefore, you know, they don't care if they keep track of it or not. And you know, next thing you know, where is this? Oh, well, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Yeah, so I want to know. This your way, if we bring somebody in, I don't have to keep asking Joe, you know, what he has or what he hasn't got. I'll have a list, and I can check off that list as used, you know, as we need it. So, all right, so that's where we're at with that stuff. So I'm going to finish my coffee. I got to check. I want to check the label on that and bring it up on the internet to see what they're actually called, what they're rated for, as far as temperature and whatever, and are they fire rated, and if so, at what level, and the cost, naturally. All right, I'll be back.